You're not lazy. You've become lazy. There's a difference. And once you start identifying that you're lazy, you're going to get stuck. Hence why you have become stuck. I want to focus on your environment, your physical environment and your internal environment. Your physical environment is the room you're in, the places you go, the people you surround yourself with. That is your physical environment or your external environment. Then there is your internal environment, how you think. Oftentimes we're telling ourselves a certain story. I'm stuck. Why did this happen to me? I'm lazy. These are the things that's constantly playing in your head over and over. Until you become the observer and catch it, you're not going to know that this is happening to you. Take a step back and notice what is happening in a situation when your friend calls you up and you say no to dinner plans. What is the story you're telling yourself? In a video I saw by Joe Dispenza, he was saying how certain behaviors are very addictive, and even feeling down can be an addictive behavior. We're so comfortable being in that state of mind of being maybe lazy that it is easier for us to stay home instead of going out with a friend. In order for you to get out of that, you have to get out of your comfort zone. How do you do this? It starts with your thought process. What is the story that you're constantly telling yourself? Notice it. You're not lazy. You've become lazy. There's a difference. And once you start identifying that you're lazy, you're going to get stuck. Hence why you have become stuck. But as soon as you have this self-awareness, you can start being like, wow, I am replaying the story while as I'm sitting that I'm lazy and I don't want to do this. But in reality, you're not. It's just something that you started to identify yourself with, and you keep replaying the story. When other people are saying this to you, you're starting to associate yourself with these thoughts. But these are not your thoughts. These are other people's thoughts, and you've made them your own thoughts. So you have to learn to dissociate yourself with them and take a step back. That all starts with becoming self-aware. You now have self-awareness, but you're still continuing to hang out with the same people, doing the same behaviors. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect the different results, are you going to get different results? No. If your environment is not benefiting you in any way, and you'll know because you'll feel a certain way, that gut feeling or that icky feeling you'll feel after talking to someone or entering a room, the energy is just off. But when you enter like a room full of love and joy, you'll feel feelings like you're welcomed. You'll put a smile on your face automatically because you want to actually be there. But when you enter a room and you're like on eggshells, or you're waiting for someone maybe to say something to you, you're going to get attacked. You're on like guard. That's not the environment we want to be in, because one, our physical environment is not good. Second, our internal environment what our mental state is going through is kind of like turmoil. And so once we have this self-awareness that this is going on, how can we make ourselves and live our lives in a better way? Is by taking accountability. We are responsible for our own lives. And the first step to taking accountability is having self-awareness. You truly do know what you need to do and change. You're so complacent and so comfortable in your life that even if someone is saying something rude to you, you're just like, oh, okay. But if you start waking up to what's happening, your life trajectory can totally change in the way you want. Change your internal environment. A lot of it has to start with yourself. You know about self-accountability, you know about self-awareness. You're still lacking clarity on what to do. How are you going to get out of the situations? Ask yourself these powerful questions. What environment do I need to be in order for myself to thrive? Are the people around me good for me? If they're not, where can I find the people that are in my tribe, where I don't feel judged, where I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells? Where are these people? How can I find them? Or am I in an area of being independent, of being solo? Your body is holding all of these emotions and feelings. If we're not physically moving our bodies, it's gonna hold that state. If we're not constantly regulating our emotions, our bodies are holding on to it. And therefore exercise or cleaning the house or doing any kind of movement, repetitive movement, helps that negative karma out of our bodies, or that negative energy, whatever you want to call it. And so it's so important to do physical activity. The lifestyle of sitting all day, our bodies are adapting to it, but our bodies do not thrive on that. A lot of mental health and physical health issues are increasing because we're constantly sitting down. All that negative energy isn't leaving our bodies. A recent meditation I had, she was saying, imagine that negative energy flowing out of your body as you're breathing out. On Instagram, a girl's reel, she was saying dusting off the negative energy. And it's so visual that you're actually seeing yourself, the negative energy being dust off while doing the movement. You're gonna have to do some kind of body movement to get that negative energy out. Another thing I want to add, your mornings are so important. That morning time is when your subconscious mind is fresh. So whatever ideas people are throwing at you is what your mind is constantly collecting. So you want to make sure your mornings are in check. But maybe I can talk about this in another video. If people in the morning are bombarding you with negative energy or negative feelings, I would say stay away from them. Kind of go away from this negative energy, because if you're doing all of these great practices in the morning of maybe you're getting up, you're meditating, you're exercising, and you're in this great energy, and then boom, because your mental state is still fragile and you're not able to respond correctly, instead you're reacting to these people, it's better to kind of stay away from these people or this environment, especially in the beginning, until you've grown into a better mental state that is strong. If in traffic you're driving, instead of like if someone cuts you off and you're getting angry, you're not gonna react. Instead, you're gonna be like, oh, that's okay, not a big deal. But instead, if you are in like an angry state or in a reactive state, you're gonna get angry and say things like, whoa, that guy, and then you start saying X, Y, and Z, when if you were in a good mental state, that would have never happened. So I want to say to you, protect yourself. Have a guard up if you need to. Don't place yourself in situations where when you know that it's not going to benefit you. That internal environment is so important, more than you realize. I know a lot of girls do this. They look at someone on Instagram or YouTube and they're like, she's got it all and I'm lazy. I can't do this. I want that, but I can't do it and I can't get that. Yes, you can. You're just place yourself in an environment, internal and external environment, that is keeping you in this way. But as soon as you have that awareness, that responsibility, and that clarity of mind, you can basically shift, get closer to your goals. I was watching a video earlier today. He asked these 2 questions in like a 30-minute long video. And these are the powerful questions I want you to kind of reflect on. Number 1 is, what is the fear that is stopping me? And the second question is, who am I trying to impress? These 2 questions really blew me away, because in reality, there is someone we're trying to impress. It could be a family member, it could be a friend or whatever. But in reality, who are we trying to impress? Yeah, okay, that girl on YouTube, that girl on Instagram might be living a certain life, and we might want that, but we're still replaying that story in our heads that we're lazy, unmotivated, uninspired. But in reality, we're not these things. It's just the environment we're in is keeping ourselves stuck. If we change our environment, our physical environment, our external environment. By the way, our physical environment, I've noticed that even taking a different route to the gym has changed my external environment of how I'm perceiving things. Something small as taking a different route to the gym. I know, that's so small, but it's honestly all about perspective and how you see things. And if you can change your thoughts, you can change anything, and you can obtain anything you want. It's all a mental game. If you can protect your inner self, and if you can purify your inner self, and if you can feed those good thoughts, be surrounded by good people and by good words, eventually those negative conditioning, those negative thoughts that are constantly coming at you, you're gonna be like, oh, okay. Someone cut you off? Oh, okay. Must be having a bad day, whatever. You're less likely to react, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna brush it off, right? Has this happened to you? You're having like an amazing morning and someone cuts you off. You're just like, okay, that guy must be in a rush. You give them an excuse. You're like, oh, okay, maybe he has to go see a family member that's sick, whatever, right? If you like content like this, please hit the like button and subscribe down below, and until next time.